sculptures, vases, and bowls of colored glass, encrusted with enamel and decorated with gold. These artisans turned artists still guard their trade secrets jealously, but they don't hesitate to show us how they work. A visit to the Murano glass factories is an indispensable part of any trip to Venice. Despite the intense heat radiating from the furnaces, seeing these grand masters at work is an eye-opening experience. The golden age of Murano glass came to an end in the 18th century with the appearance of the much less expensive Bohemian crystal. A large number of glassworks closed their doors, but those that remain are keeping up the tradition and continue to produce little miracles every day. For art lovers who wish to bring home a souvenir, it's recommended to buy products that carry the signature Murano label, and to be cautious of prices outside the glass workshops. The fewer euros it costs you, the more likely it was made in China or Taiwan, or so the popular wisdom goes. We're leaving Murano to head for the island of Burano. In the middle of the lagoon, we realize that we are in an extraordinary setting. We are so accustomed to living on dry land, the isolated houses on minuscule lagoon islands pique our curiosity. What sort of lives did the inhabitants lead? What were their fears and worries? What finally made them leave? Of all the Venetian lagoon islands, Burano is the most easily recognizable because of its colored houses and its bell tower, which leans distinctly to one side. The local economy was for centuries based on fishing, and the island's houses are painted in bright colors so that the fishermen would be able to identify their home from afar. It is also said that the vivid colors were to distinguish the houses of Burano locals from those of exiled Venetians.